Okay, so I'm out of town right now, excuse the different location and scenery or whatnot, but I still wanted to keep on going with these episode reviews of Dragon Ball Super, episode 29. One of the big things I really appreciated about this episode is that it did things different from the manga, but it wasn't bad or anything like that. Art and animation, yet again, Toei, they realized, like, okay, maybe a character design here or there might be slightly off model, but nothing like the bullshit that we had to endure with Resurrection of F. They legit have continued to keep up a certain standard of quality at the release for these couple episodes because it looked, yet again, on point. It wasn't absolutely amazing, but it looked pretty damn good for a, run-of-the-mill setup episode. Now, for starters, we get to see the Super Dragon Balls in this episode, and we get to see them in motion, which really makes me wonder how strong is Champa and Vados if they're able to drag planet-sized balls, orbs, across the universe. Like, yeah, they're pretty fucking strong to be able to do some shit like that. And one tone that I've gotten throughout the Super anime, it was here and there glimpses of it, but it returned again, is Beerus' characterization definitely having a slightly more ominous feel to it, because that look that he gave Bulma and kind of him threatening and shit like that, like, it's always been like a joke, I'm the god of destruction, but like, that look that he gave Bulma was very reminiscent to the beginning of the series. I think it was a couple different times where I remember even mentioning, okay, Beerus feels like he's more of an evil type of dude in comparison to the movie and everything that we've seen of him thus far, and it kind of came back with this episode when he gave that look that even scared the shit out of Bulma. Now, granted, there's a couple things to keep into account, like for starters, would he really destroy Earth even though he loves the food there? But really, who knows? And I mean, at the end of the day, this could be good setup for a rematch, or it could even be Goku and Vegeta have to fight Beerus this time because he fully goes in this time and they got to take him down because he's gonna legit destroy the Earth. He's like, yo, there's no second chances this time around. I'm fucking it up. Another thing that they changed from the manga, which I don't know if they're gonna include it a little bit later or whatever, but the way they were trying to find the Super Dragon Balls in the manga was they had to go to this guy Zuno. In the anime, they had Shenron show up, so that was something a little bit different. Nothing bad, just different. And to be honest with you, it was good in a sense of showcasing why we would like to see the Super Dragon Balls and what they can do, because it showed yet again limitations of Shenron. We've seen here and there glimpses of, oh, I can't do that, I can't do this, but in this one it's like, I can't even find the location of a ball because the universe is so big. So it shows the limitations of Shenron and makes you wonder, okay, he can't even do that. What the hell, Super Dragon's gonna be able to do anything because he has no limitations. Although I ain't gonna lie, it was fucked up, and Beerus is a G when he was like, my wish is for you to go away, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, oh yes sir, like shit is fucked up when the Eternal Dragon is getting bossed around by a dude. Now, big theory, the nameless planet, or the planet of nothing that Champa had in this episode around the Dragon Balls and where he set up the tournament, who the hell knows if that's a cover for the final Super Dragon Ball. Maybe they're not going to be able to find it because he's covering it behind all the orbs, and people are going to be like, we can't find it, like all we see is all the Dragon Balls combined right there. So maybe this is a front for him, maybe unbeknownst to him, who knows what they're doing, but it could be that it's him, could be Vados, because Vados definitely looks like, she's leaps and bounds. She's kind of like, again, anyway, she is the Whis to his Beerus. She's the smart one. He's kind of just a muscle, or flab, whatever you want to call it. Another thing that the anime changed to the manga is the, I guess, building up of the relationship. Well, it's not really a relationship. I guess the expectations that Goku has of Monaka. And the manga, I think he might have said a line or two like, oh, I want to see Monaka. And the anime, he's really hyped. Like, I gotta see this dude. He's the second strongest person, or the first strongest person that Beerus ever fought. I'm the second, so I want to see him. Maybe I could take him down or something like that. So it's kind of building it up more opposed to the manga where it didn't really do that. And I think it's good because I want to be more interested in him. Now, granted, I know spoilers from the manga, and I'm not going to say anything of that nature exactly what, but I will say that they're at the very least doing a good job building him up. And Bulma had to make her man feel a little bit manly at this episode because he was acting like a bitch for Beerus, and it's like, what the fuck? Honestly, sometimes it does make me feel a little bit like, that's definitely not Vegeta there, but I think it's building up yet again because certain attributes from this episode, certain things that happen in regards to like Beerus having that ominous look or whatever, maybe it's making it that Vegeta acts like a bitch all this time for him to eventually where him and Goku are like, fuck it, we gotta stop him now, and then eventually all that shit goes out the window. But I know shippers are going insane, and it's not really shippers because they're a married couple, whatever, but when Bulma gave Vegeta that kiss, it was just one of those kawaii type of moments. And yeah, very good setup episode, but that preview though, and I'm gonna have a separate discussion that I already recorded in regards to this, but seeing Gohan training and then them setting up for the remaining 2 members for the tournament. Now, they could do something very different from the manga, but what I'm really hoping is Son Gohan's inclusion in all this. I'm really hoping that the anime does something a little bit different from what the manga is doing. The manga still might have something, and I'm trying to be as spoiler-free as possible, but based on that preview, Gohan fucking training, I want that all day, every day. I'm really liking the changes that they're making for the anime. I mean, instead of going all the way to the Zuno dude, okay, let's just try with Shenron. Although, to be fair, it is kind of funny seeing Bulma pointing out plot holes like, do we really need to do all of this? Can't he just wish for all the sweets or wish for his Earth to be revived? And it's like, no, we just kind of want to fight, but really that's what the fans want to see is like, you know, Dragon Ball Z action and Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, honestly, it was a good to very good 7.5 to an 8. I want to lean towards 8 because, again, it was a very good setup, art and animation solid, and I'm just proud of Toei thus far that these 2 episodes, at the very least, they've been doing a good job. And the changes from the manga, I don't even think it's necessarily changes. I think it's just that they have just these set guidelines that Toriyama said, like, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and the anime is working towards it a different way than what the manga is working towards. It's like they're doing it at the same time, so they can't even look at each other's work. It's kind of like, well, you get there, I'll get there, we'll just see how we get there. Let me know what you thought of the episode. First of all, shippers, were you going crazy? Again, it's not a shipping moment because they're married, but the Bulma kissing Vegeta scene, what did you think about that? Also, what do you think about the Dragon Balls? Do you think that that theory of that nameless planet being the final Super Dragon Ball, could that have any validity to it? And what do you think about Beerus' characterization in this episode, seeing that more ominous, evil feel that he had when he gave that look to Bulma? And your real thoughts. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, make sure to drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook if you like, to get more after the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.